This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning. In the morning.
Don't shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out you.
Same again.
Yo, that's from a movie that's coming out called Game of Silence, premiering Tuesday.
TV.
Oh, it's a series. It's a series
yeah.
premiering Tuesday on NBC. Anytime one of us get on one of these major networks, man, we just ring a bell. You know, like they do in the stock market when the day is over, because a lot of money is being made for one of us.
Yay!
And this one, man, I don't know if anybody's earned the right to make a lot of money more than this man has, man. He's been carrying the torch for us for years. He ain't really got into no real controversial scandals over the years that we could be talking about every day. He might have got into one or two, but but not nothing that we could bring up right now. He's like, please don't. But I've been a big fan of his for years, since Menace to Society, but also when he played Frankie Lyman.
Oh yeah.
And Why Do Fools Fall in Love? All of his work has been solid. Crash, that was solid. Everything he's done, he's never let us down.
Right.
And so this is more reason to watch this series on NBC. It's Tuesdays, right?
It's actually going to launch on Tuesday, April 12th, but it is Thursdays at 10, 9 Central. We're just doing it. They want to show us some real love, because Game of Silence is going to come after a 2-hour voice. I guess the voice is doing a big
finale.
So they want to go ahead and show us a little love.
That's dope. Nice lead in.
Yeah, it's a nice lead in to let everybody know that it's going to come on Thursday. So they're going to show the first episode, and then 2 days later, we're going to be in our regular time slot, Thursdays at 10, 9 Central.
Okay.
NBC.
We follow.
Larenz Tate, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Larenz Tate is here.
Listen, Sway, here's the deal. I got you always give me a nice, introduction, man. You were saying some things about me. Hey, getting
Snapchat saying hello.
Snapchat, what up? I need to have you as my agent, man. You need to get a part of this money. You need to get 10% of this bread.
Oh, wow.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I fuck
it.
with LT.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get this
This
money.
is why. Let me tell you why I fuck with him. He's the only person that said that.
You know what I'm saying? We need to get this
Let's
money.
share this money. Let's share this pie. And then he
Right,
told
listen.
me how much I'm gonna get.
Yeah, listen, because you was saying all the things that a commodity
Yes.
needs to hear.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The right kind of work.
Yes.
Get that money.
Get it.
Take that. Get that money.
Get it.
Get
Ugh.
that money.
He just turned into old dog right
Get
there.
that money.
Did you see that shit?
Get that money. Get that money.
Right there.
And the way you sound by saying, he deserves that money. Get that money. I
Yeah.
was like, see, that's what the agents and the managers are supposed to be. So don't be nice about it.
Nah,
Get
you
that
do.
money.
You earned this. Like your.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
You earned it. You've earned it. You've given Hollywood great work over
I
the years.
appreciate that.
You've probably been overlooked.
Oh man,
You've probably been
all right.
underacknowledged.
Sign them up. I'm firing everybody on my squad.
I'm just saying, I already know the deal. Larenz Tate, man, I already know the deal. So when I heard about this series, it was something I said, okay, I gotta invest in this. And it's a different time. A lot of folks, not everybody getting back on network TV. It seems like the pickings are slim, but when they find something, they push it.
Yeah.
Has the game changed in this digital era for you?
Well, yeah, man. TV has been really good. I haven't had the same sort of opportunities in movies because they're making fewer movies. And when it comes to what people want to call black movies or black cinema, they're about genres. Let's do comedies right now.
Yeah.
Slow down. Let's do faith-based only. And then, let's go and do civil rights. Let's do, whereas people have even pointed out back in the days, I was a part of what you call a golden era of movies where you had a, variation of genres all popping off at one time. And so TV is, getting back to a little bit more diversity. There's more, black folks on TV, and there's a little bit more diversity with different races and gender and everything. So I feel like movies got to catch up with what TV is doing.
Movies got to, and how ironic is that?
Yeah.
Movies got to catch up with TV.
Listen, there's a lot of movie actors that are on television. You got Don Cheadle,
yes,
on TV. You got
Taraji
and Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
You got Viola Davis,
Kerry Washington.
Washington. Movie folk are like, listen.
House of Cards. We got
Is there somebody?
star of House of
Kevin Spacey.
Spacey.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was going with black people.
Oh, you was going with black people?
yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Melanin family, yo.
No, actually, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right. There are a lot of big movie actors in general.
Okay.
I would just happen to start pulling from the well of the people
color.
that I know.
The black people.
They said that the writing is a lot better in TV now than it used to be.
Yes, so shows like House of Cards is really good and strong. But yeah, like the writing, because what they've done is they've gotten a lot of writers from movies, a lot of directors from film to come to television, because it's just like people like to binge watch now.
Yeah.
So you get a bunch of these great shows and people just want to, watch them, back to back to back, like a full season in 2 or 3 days. You know what I mean? So a lot of people from the movie industry in its totality, black, white, you name it, mainstream, everybody is really coming to television because the programming is really good. I tend to lean towards cable-like shows. I like, and I was on Don Cheadle's House of Lies. I was on a show with Dennis Leary here in New York called Rescue Me. And I just like cable shows because the storytelling, they push the envelope. You don't feel like you're in a box. What interests me about Game of Silence, it felt the same way. I felt like, okay, this is going to be a cable show. And then my agents and managers who, I appreciate them sending me this script. So I got to give them a little love on that. I appreciate give them a little bit of that. I give them that.
They didn't sell it like I was.
It's a different thing.
Nobody doesn't like
NBC was actually looking out for me too. So they sent me a couple projects, but this one piqued my interest because it felt like it was a cable show. And I was like, wow, they really going to do this? And they're going to talk about the subject matters that the show represents.
Well, let's talk about, because it's Game of Silence.
Game of Silence.
And this is about a collective of people who grew up together.
Yeah, it's essentially about a group of childhood friends who experienced some real tough things in their childhood. Yeah. 25 years later, they all sort of reappear in each other's lives after that secret or their past resurfaces, and they are trying to band together to right the wrongs of their past. And in their past, they were a part of this youth detention center. Yeah. And there, it was some real torment. They wanted to keep that a secret. They didn't want to talk about all the things that happened. As adults, that past confronts them. People of their past show up. They want to start figuring out how to handle this because they've been holding this secret and all those things, and they don't want anyone to know, but they got to get some get back. They want to, seek revenge or some justice. And you have a combination of, one of the guys who's a successful lawyer, he doesn't want to do anything outside of the law. Yeah. You had another person who's like, let's take the law in our own hands. I'm the guy who's like the glue of the crew. He's like, listen, being together as a unit has kept us afloat, and that's the thing that's gotten us through, and we only know about this. So whatever decisions we make, because we got to make a decision for the get back, maybe we can take a little bit of the law, a lot of the stuff in our own hands, but we have to do it as a unit. And that spoke to me because I have two brothers, and I'm like, we move together. You know what I'm saying? We like that bond. And I was like, if I can show a bit of that in my character, and the characters have different layers, and even the people that are considered bad guys and bad people, the show is a slow burn. It allows you to see who they are beyond just this idea of them being bad guys. And are the good guys really good too, or do they got some stuff to expose what they've been doing? And I was like, this is good.
Hold up, man. Did you hear him sell the shit out of
Come on, yo.
Man, get that around.
Let's get that. Let's get that.
I'm in.
Let's tune in, y'all.
Yo, Larenz Tate, man, all of us was like, and we were on the edge of our seats.
All in.
Nice.
Game of Silence, Tuesday, April 12th.
Yes.
This coming Tuesday on NBC at 10 p.m. right after The Voice.
Yes. And then Thursdays at 10 p.m. 9 Central.
Larenz Tate is here. I'm opening up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. We had two guests here yesterday that wanted to ask you a question. We're going to play that back up next. Sway in the morning. Larenz Tate is here, man. Man, just look at all of these accolades. Minister Society, A Man Apart, Waist Deep, Biker Boys, Ray. Dead president, Love Jones. Oh my gosh, you gonna sign this Love Jones?
Yeah. Well,
who was that? DB?
It's not for me. It's gonna be for a giveaway because we have Nia
Man,
Long coming.
it's
We
for
have Nia.
you, bro.
We got Nia Long
Knock
coming.
it off.
We got
Sway.
Nia Long coming.
Sway, this is how we doing it in here.
Yeah. Yo.
No. Who is it for?
No, for real.
It's a
I didn't
gift.
know if it was for the show.
We
or
have
not.
Nia Long coming.
Who's it for, DB?
Somebody's gonna win it. I'm gonna give. Hey man.
Oh,
You don't want it?
I thought it was gonna be for you.
What?
Okay, but that's cool. That's
You don't
great.
want
Let's
it?
give it.
I would have had him sign Menace if I had a copy, but I don't. Because that's actually my favorite.
That's a legit one.
That's a legit one.
All right, that's a little more manly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you didn't want him to fight.
But listen, the Love Jones, you have to understand. Like people come up to me all the time about Love Jones, and I've had some straight up thugs talk about Love Jones. And that's the joint that they watch when they shorty.
With their shorty. So you
it's
can have
cool.
them sign Love Jones.
I'm signing this
That's
for
a
you.
classic.
Let me go ahead and get
Netflix
this for you.
show.
Let me get this off
cool,
for you,
man.
bro.
It's okay,
You still
bro.
an OG to me, man.
You still hard. You still gangster.
You still hard. You still hard.
You wearing a Thrasher hoodie.
Yeah.
Nia Long is coming, man.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever stay in touch? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Nia Long and I were talking because we've been trying to figure out, there's a couple other projects that, there are things that come her way, there are things that come my way. And we were talking a few weeks back, and it was like, listen, we really need to go revisit the idea of the sequel because that's been talked about for years. And she pointed out how it was both a blessing and a curse. The blessing is that everybody wants to see it, and it's amazing. The curse is that we haven't found a script that really lives up to it yet. So we're just trying to, because audiences, we want to make sure that it's done right. And so, yeah, she and I sat on the phone for a long time just trying to figure out, like, man, it has to have all the right elements. We've seen a couple versions of what the sequel would be like, and I feel like it just needs to be a lot better. And that's really been the issue. And also it has to make sense for the studio that owns the movie, that they feel like financially it makes sense for them. I believe it does. And I feel like audiences would definitely support
Flock
the
to
movie.
see that.
Word.
Y'all got a cult following. Plus, y'all both look the same.
Exactly.
What the hell? Hold on.
Yeah.
What kind of lamb blood you been drinking, Larenz Tate? I know you drinking something.
That's something, man. No, she's beautiful, man. She's amazing, super smart, talented, lovely. Did I say she was beautiful?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like she gets sexier with time too.
Oh man, she's
Because a lot of actresses, it goes in reverse.
True.
Yeah,
Well, with the
she's
actors,
super
it,
sexy.
actors, men, we get
Whatever.
more vintage.
Yeah. Oh, like fine wine.
Yeah, but Nia gets finer with time. Go ahead, Tracy. I'm sorry.
Well, you said
That's
something.
my homie.
I know. You gave us a really cool kind of like peek behind the scenes when you mentioned how you've been looking at all these different versions of a part 2. So what's the process of that? Like people just literally email you a pitch via a script, or you? Because this kind of sounds like a reality TV show. That sounds like a competition. Who can write Love Jones too?
No, by over the years there have been scripts that have come our way. There were times that we thought there were writers that would make sense to write the project, but I feel like there hasn't been anything that really has targeted exactly what would be right, that both Nia and I feel very comfortable and confident about. But I would love to see one that really gives the audience something that makes them go back in that time capsule once again, but today, and it has to be relevant now. And so we'll see.
I want to switch it up a little bit,
Sure.
Larenz, and I know you're married and you have 3 sons, and
Yes,
I
I
find
have
it
3 sons,
interesting that you're the youngest of 3. You have 2 brothers.
Correct.
They're in the industry
Yes.
doing things. Would you let your kids go into the industry?
People ask that. For now, not as early as they are, because they're young. They're all under 10, and so I feel like if that was something that they wanted to do in the future, absolutely. But I kind of like the fact that they're just normal kids, and not to say people that are kid actors aren't normal, but not really. Their lifestyle isn't really, it's very demanding. You have to be, on set at, long periods of time. You're in a world of adult people. I kind of like them to be around children that are, their peers and not caught up in all of that stuff, because I was a child actor. So I wouldn't want them not to have that experience. But right now, unless they come to me and really say, hey, this is what I want to do. But they're going to have to work for it because you can't expect, because I've been in a business that I'm just going to be like, yo, I'm calling everybody up and put my sons in a movie or TV show. You have to be good. This has to be a passion. And you have to understand that, are you going to do this for the sake of because dad is doing it, or you're doing it for the long haul? Because I had a lot of doors slammed in my face. I had high points in my career, and I had low points, meaning times where there was like a bunch of movies coming my way. Then there was times there was nothing happening at all. There were times where you make a lot of money. There was times where there was like, yo, man, I got to do something. Quick. So you have to be prepared for that. And right now, they don't need to think about all that, obviously.
Do you concern yourself with one day I want that Oscar?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't really concern myself with that. I would be truly honored to be acknowledged by the Academy, but that's definitely not something that I'm, shooting for. That's not. I'm about, the movies. I look at it as I'm like the people's champ in a way. So I'm not really worried about that. And that means so much more because people still talk about Love Jones. And 20 years, almost 20 years later, people we're giving this away. Like it means something. And that like blows my mind, Whereas an Oscar, they're Oscar award winners, but sometimes, sometimes you kind of forget about all the other body of work or the things that they've done. But like, we talked about Menace, we playing the soundtrack of that, and we talk about Dead Presidents, and like that blows my mind. Like a great song. I'm a big Isley OJ's guy, and or Curtis Mayfield or Marvin Gaye, when you hear those great songs and sexual healing and all, it makes you feel something. And I have to
take it away, man.
That is what I'm talking about.
I feel like we're in Dead Presidents right now. Yeah. Too. That's another,
Exactly.
No. Did we talk about this last time?
Yeah. We did get into that.
Okay.
But like, you see how it makes you feel something, and I have to realize that the movies that I've been in actually makes people feel something.
Yeah.
And to me, that's an award and a reward in itself.
That's dope.
I wanted to ask about
Larenz Tate is here with us.
Sorry, I didn't even jump in. But you talked about like people being able to hold on to things for longer with like the projects that you've been involved in. I think overall with music, movies, and people don't really purchase stuff anymore. Used to buy vinyl albums or CDs, and used to be able to have it and play it and just like, damn, I love this movie and have it. That's why I still buy DVDs, because I like having the actual movie rather than just going online, see it, and then forget about it. Do you think that's also affected people's ability to look at people and value their work because they can just see it and forget about it?
Yeah, because it's not tangible. I do think that plays a bit of a part in it. I like DVDs myself, you know what I mean? But I also understand that the streaming aspect of things because it's the sign of the times, and it's also the way that the world is going, and very technically driven. Technology is everything right now. But when you can still, I hope that they can still hold on to these kinds of things, because this is something tangible. When you're streaming new projects and it's only on online, you can't have like these nice little keepsakes and valuables that I think are important still.
We got some folks on the line I want to get to real quick because they've been waiting for a while. We got Brandon in Indiana. Say hello to Larenz Tate. What up, Brandon? What's popping?
Hey, what's up, everybody? What up, Sway? Have a beach.
Hey.
Man, love y'all.
Thank you, man. Love you too. Hey, what you got? What's your question for Larenz Tate?
Yes, Larenz Tate, huge fan, man. But real quick, your new show, Game of Silence. I want to know, is that show based off of or inspired by the movie Sleepers with Brad Pitt and Kevin Bacon?
The movie, the actual TV show is a European show that we had taken. Based in Turkey. I can't think of the name of it.
It's something weird.
Suskenlar. Yeah. So it's based off of that Turkish format. Did really well over there, and oftentimes Hollywood likes to adapt projects from overseas, and that's what we're doing with this.
Okay, thanks for your call, Brandon.
Thank you.
Michelle's on the line from
Michelle.
Oklahoma. What up, Michelle?
Shoot.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Chilling.
Great. Say hello to Larenz Tate.
Hey, Larenz Tate, major fan of everybody in the room there. But the main question on deck that I've been pondering for years, you starred in a TV show years ago, and the only thing I can remember is that your brother passed away in the show. Can you please tell me the name of the show? I know I probably won't be able to find it, But what is the name of the show that you were on?
It was a TV movie, like a movie.
It was a show. No, it was a show. It had episodes. I forget. It was pretty much an all-black cast.
Oh, was it South Central?
That's what I thought it was, but I haven't been able to Google it because I'm driving it. But do you remember doing anything like that? I didn't want to waste my time trying to Google
I'm
it.
not sure. It either is. I was on a show called The Royal Family with Red Fox and Della Reese, but I also was on a TV show called South Central.
Right, that came to mind, and that's what I would continue to look up.
Okay, there you go.
I love
yeah,
this
you
show,
continue
and I
to
love
Google that, Michelle.
Thank
you.
Sway, don't do that.
Thank you. Continue to Google that.
She driving.
You got to call Larenz. Hey, Larenz, good to hear your voice. Hey, let me ask you something. I'm not sure what you did, but I know you did something.
When your brother died.
Okay, well, your brother died. That's all his movies.
You suck, Sway.
She made it difficult for me, huh?
Frank in New Jersey, what up?
Jersey, stand up.
Stand up, Jersey. What's going on, Sway in the Morning, family?
What's popping with you, Frank?
I'm chilling, man, trying to get this money. Hey, Larenz Tate, man, I'm a huge fan of yours. And my question was, with your awesome talent, I was wondering, were you approached or did you consider reading for the TV show Underground?
No, I was not approached for that TV show Underground because I would believe I've been in a deal with NBC at the time that they were casting that.
Okay, so
fortunately, I was employed and not unemployed,
Yeah.
so I wasn't able to. I didn't get that offer.
he had money in the bank, Frank.
Ow.
All right.
Get this money, Frank.
Nah, I mean, guap only. All right. Mano came by yesterday with Uncle Murder.
Okay.
And they got a new project they put out called Yellow Tape. These guys are probably the realest and hardest dudes in the rap game right now, representing Brooklyn. There's more homicides in their music, bro, than Law and Order. And so we did a game yesterday. DB had a game for them. What was it?
Battle of the Criminals.
Yeah, and one of the characters you played came up, and we would put up, gangster characters from the past like Nino Brown up against
Frank White,
and so one of your characters came up, and these guys got really excited. Actually, your character from Menace was up against
O-Dog against Scarface.
Wow. Who's the hardest?
Wow.
Well, anyway, this is some of what they had to say about you.
I know Larenz Tate. Shout out to Larenz Tate, man. Tell him I said what up.
Yo, we picked you over Scarface, nigga.
Word.
Ask him a question too, like who he would probably.
Yeah, who would he? No, I want to know who he would pick in this, O-Dog or Tony Montana.
He got to go with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, O-Dog. O-Dog was official though.
You heard how they affectionately refer to you as a nigga?
It's all affection.
You smile when he said that.
Man don't know what it is. I'm gonna go with the ODOG, man.
Yeah, O-Dog was hard, right?
100%. Go O-Dog.
It's hard.
Go O-Dog. He was young, man, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he was 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And, he was a guy that didn't really have a care in the world. And so for that person to be so young and have that mentality, he's the guy that you would invite into your house to have a bowl of cereal with you, and then he just lights you up.
Yeah.
Whereas Tony Montana, you can kind of see in his eyes what he was sort of about and made. Whereas you didn't see that in O-Dog's eye until you crossed him, and then he pistol on you. He started dumping.
Yeah. He was dumb too, though.
O-Dog
he
was out there.
Snitched on himself, man.
Dry snitching with the tape.
With the tape, man. He went wrong with the tape, yo.
Yeah, he started dry snitching. That's what a lot of people are doing today.
Yeah.
Instagram way better than.
Yeah, he was the catalyst of, and I don't know why they are doing that right now. I mean, they literally are at least he was just showing the tape to the homies.
Yeah.
They're showing the stuff to the world. They're just putting it out on the internet. Just so
true.
Like, why y'all incriminating y'all? So what part of the game is that? But hey, it is what it is.
You heard it from Larenz Tate. O-Dog said, "Why y'all doing?" How would O-Dog ask that question, man?
I don't know how he probably wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh, that's true. He'll be like, he'll be giving you props.
That shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? That shit is hard.
I know what
Keep
Kane,
showing that. Keep showing that.
I know what Kane would say. Hey, homie, I told you stop showing the fucking tape.
Exactly.
Line from the movie, dog.
Yeah,
There he is.
There he go.
Right there.
Get your moment.
Now
Right
he
there,
want the
right
Love
there.
Jones DVD sign. He just got
Yeah.
Got
All
that.
right, Larenz Tate, man, congratulations,
No
man.
doubt.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate
Man,
y'all.
you're a class act, bro.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you guys for always having me on the show, man.
doubt.
You know, we just always trying to do, good work out there, man. And I wanted to make mention that a couple things that I got coming. I do want to come back and talk a little bit more about some things I got for the rest of the year that's coming out. My brothers and I, we got a project. Our company is Tate Entertainment, and we try to do as much as we can with TV and movies. But we have a project coming out later this year called Deuces. It's a crime drama. It stars myself, Megan Good, Lance Gross, and Lala Anthony.
Lala's been killing.
Yeah, she's been doing her thing. We produced that with Flavor Unit, Queen Latifah, Shakim. Yeah, it's my guy. So we got that coming out later this year. We did a small little movie called Beta Test, little action thing that we did. But what I'm really excited about, something we're about to gear up to do, is a project that's set in the 1940s, Bronzeville, south side of Chicago. It's called, we're going with Bronzeville right now. It's along with my company and Laurence Fishburne's company.
Wow.
And it's about a community of black folks that were self-sufficient. And Bronzeville at that time, much like the Harlem Renaissance, was self-sufficient economically. They had their own department stores. They had their own hospitals. They had their own police department. A lot of the root of that money came from the policy wheels, which was basically you put money into a wheel, 5 cents, you might win $5. Well, that thrived for years. Eventually, the mafia took that over from the black community, and from there, the government and the state took it over from the mafia, and it turned into what is the Illinois State Lottery today.
Wow.
So Fishburne and I are doing that project on a podcast first. We're doing it as a 10-episode podcast that you can listen to, and we're going to be coming back talking about that a little bit more. Fish is in, I think he's going down to Africa to do a project. When he comes back, we're gonna do that.
Bring
and
him
this
up here, man.
yeah, I want to talk about.
Wait,
we're going to
it's
be in that digital space.
It's called Brownsville, like the Brooklyn Brownsville?
Bronzeville.
Oh, Bronzeville.
Bronzeville.
Okay.
Very
Oh.
close to Brownsville, but
Yeah,
Bronzeville.
Bronzeville,
About
okay.
this community of African Americans who had an actual piece of the pie, the American dream.
Wow.
We actually had that, something that you hear about but you never see, and we want to do that in the podcast world. We're working with Audio HQ on that, do a 10-series episode for podcasts, and then we're looking to do something a little bit more with it in the TV space and also film.
That sounds
Smart.
exciting right there,
Very
man.
smart.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
We're
that
trying-
sounds
we-
dope. You look
yeah.
at Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm not. I
I got
listen,
one, Sway. I got
if
one.
If I'm rocking with Fishburne, he's one of my guys who's a real big inspiration. I remember, speaking of Old Dog, when I was doing that movie, I had came home. I was about 18 at the time. I think I was doing another movie, and I got a voicemail, or at the time on my answering machine, and he was like, "Hey, what's going on? This is Laurence Fishburne, and I just want to say, Old Dog for president." And I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Yo, Laurence Fishburne just hit me up," and I don't have that tape. I wish I would.
Oh
have.
my God!
And I was like, "Yo," and so I finally called him back, and I had never talked to him before. I'm like, "How'd you get my number?" He got my number, and he was like, "Yo, Old Dog was the craziest, guy he had seen, and he wanted." Old Dog should be the president of the United States, and I was like, "Wow, that's hard as hell."
Morpheus said
Yeah. That was hard as hell.
Shit.
It was hard as hell. So
Damn.
yeah, so to be able to work with that guy now, I'm really looking forward to it.
Larenz Tate, man, class act, man.
Yep.
Yo, you make us feel good being up here. This is the most quiet we ever been in an interview. We're like, what else, man? What else you got going?
Thank you, man.
That's
Appreciate
great,
it.
man. Game of Silence Tuesday was premiering Tuesday, but you can catch it on Thursdays, NBC, 10 p.m. Make sure you support this, and please come back.
Absolutely. I got more stuff to talk about.
Okay,
bro.
cool.
Already.
And tell Shakim and La we said what's up, Latifah, all right?
100%.
All right,
All
man.
love.
Laurence Tate, man. This dude all right, Heather. You know, man. We
Appreciate
come from
ya.
the same club.
Black King.
Similar dudes. You see our arms.
Yeah.
Also, we want to thank our special guest today,
Nikki Heaton.
Nikki Heaton, for coming by. Look out for her. We're going to be posting a video tomorrow.
She just tweeted at me.
Did she tweet you?
What she say?
What'd she
boy?
say?
She said, "Thanks for letting me steal in your stuff."
Ooh.
Really? So she's following you? She's not following you?
I'm following her now.
You got
All right.
to that DM.
Get the DM.
Yeah.
Got him.
Next step.
All right, tomorrow's show.
That
We
dick
got,
meat.
Oh, damn.
That's the news.
What the hell?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Can't believe you. Tomorrow's show, we got First Aid with Kelly Kincaid.
Yeah, Kelly.
Also, Freeway is joining us.
Oh, shit.
Team Early. And then Action Bronson is going to be coming up here as well.
Nice.
Hope he bring bars.
And food.
Paul, tell him to bring bars. Thanks. All right. I'm at Real Sway on Twitter and Instagram, and live videos where you can find me under Sway Calloway. I'm even on Snapchat, Sway Calloway. Go to live video. I put my grandmother up there. Where can they reach you, Tracy?
Yo, you can find me on Twitter. You can hit me on Instagram at @ItsTracyG, ITS_ACYG. And citizens, thank you so much for your support with my first affirmation EP, Love, Light, and That Good Shit. For anyone who hasn't heard it, you can just go to my site, shesbeautyandthebeast.com. Listen to it and let me know what you think.
Heather B.
At the Happy Hour WHB, Instagram and Twitter. We had a dope show today. You missed any of it, SiriusXM.com/on-demand.
You can reach Larenz Tate at
LARENZTATE on Twitter, IG, Facebook.
Okay, and until tomorrow, we have nothing left to say.